according to the ATP in 2009, you were ranked as 1,100, and you made around $900. How much did life change for you after that?
That I made $1.
$900 from prize awards, you know.
So that was like result when I had those points on ATP. But because I already knew I wanted to go to college in US, so as soon as I had like 1 or 2 points, that was enough. I went to the side, and it ended up it really was enough. And I wanted to go either to New York or LA, and I ended up going to New York to this school. So for me, it was a big change because this is like a guarantee. If you have an ATP at that time, at that age, means you're like a good player, that you have potential and things like that. And it's kind of guaranteed scholarship. And it worked out that way for me. And yeah, so it was, at the time, for me, it was very important, yeah, to do it. And I did it because I had to transfer. So when I came back I wanted to transfer from my first school in Virginia, because it's when I came to the US and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't want to stay in Virginia, in the mountains. And after that, I came home and I practiced for 1 month. And then I played the first tournament and I went through qualies and I won the point. And then I said, okay. And then doubles also. We played, I think, semis or final. And then I was like, okay, that's enough. I went to Croatia, to the seaside after that.
Vаско Младенов. I heard you guys were housemates in the US. Yeah, Tell us a bit more about it.
So we went to University of New York, and we were roommates. Yeah, we shared an apartment. I actually spoke to him last night, but just randomly, and it was very cool. He used to make me Bulgarian that he liked to eat. And yeah, we played for the same team, and I think we lived together maybe a year or 2 together. So yeah, we stayed in touch since then.
Did you guys used to do those tricks together?
Actually, yeah. I remember in St. John's University. So I had this idea, and I wanted to sort of pursue it, and then I was experimenting with it already then when I was playing, and I was telling him, like, let's see if I'm doing this like 15-20 minutes a day, if I'm gonna feel better on the court. And he was like, he always liked stuff. He also like raps and all these things. So we would go back in the theater, which was like close to our locker, and he had a piano there because he likes music. So he played piano, and we would just hang out, and I would do my stuff. But this is like really even before the beginning. I think he even shot some videos with me, like just experimenting with this stuff really way before I really took it on as a project. So that was like, I remember that time when we used to go to the theater and just sort of mess around.
Who has been the best tennis player that you've enjoyed working with?
Doing tricks and things?
Yes.
I mean, with special. It's really how almost it started with him, and he's learning. He likes stuff. He's a big support for all my projects and ideas. So, if you catch him at the right moment, because kind of busy guy, we always end up doing something like a video or something, and we plan to do more in the future. So it's nice, but we'll see. Now it's gonna be first time to work with Mofi. I met him before, but we never, and I think him would be a lot of fun. Play some exhibitions like that.
How good is Monfils that you mentioned? How good is he with his tricks on court?
He's very good. Probably one of the best ones. The thing is, super athletic, and the way he uses tricks, it's like crazy shots, from like bouncing off the overhead to winner passing shot. And more than his career, it changed the the match. If you look at it, where he done something crazy, and then I remember in Paris, playing really well. One year, it just changed the dynamic of the match. So I think actually, this was like a big problem in his career. I think it was actually a positive thing.
But if you had to call out one trick, what would it be? Any.
So my signature move is like when I spin around and I jump around the pole or whatever, and I called it the Kung Fu Steph. So that's I guess you can find that one. I do it very often. Always very clear to me what I was set out to do, and that was really to introduce this sort of new element to the sport of tennis and affect it maybe on a cultural level.
This year, the Roland Garros is different compared to any other season because of the coronavirus. What more Nole has to show and to prove, let's say, in the final against Nadal?
So I'm there to watch that one. I think that's what everyone's looking forward to. I don't see how anyone's stopping them before the final. If they're okay, if they're if everything goes well. But I mean, obviously they're the records, both of them, so the stakes are high. It's I just read that they're the only two guys who played like 14 times quarterfinal or something like that. Or I mean, Djokovich has the record now of consecutive. I don't know. It's just some ridiculous numbers. And so I think after Rafa, Novak is actually the best court player like in a while. It just Rafa's era was tough to win a French Open, but I don't know. In Rome, it seemed like Novak was better, but I think Rafa is very tough to play at that stadium.
And my final question, Stefan, is if Stefan Bojic weren't a freestyler, where would you have been today?
I don't know. I'm sure this the end point of my life is a lot of things that I like to do. I actually studied film in school and directing and those types of things. So I'm pretty sure it would be creative. I mean, at the same time, I was always involved in tennis and coaching. What I also really liked when I was doing it after college. So I mean, it's life. We don't know. Huh?